So I actually think it has slowed down a little bit now, but certainly values have picked up.
So yeah, it's been most encouraging for us on the residential side to have seen the bottoming out, and we've troughed and we're on the way up, and it's about the journey on the way up and how the consumer, the man in the street's disposable income grows now, because that's the secret to residential property.
In South Africa, we had a financial crisis to the extent that it was the banks who became concerned that America sneezed, the banks caught cold. And they became more conservative, and that in essence affected the market. But the property fundamentals in South Africa were and still are very strong.
In this country, you can actually buy cheap, borrow cheap, and always find a tenant. And there are some of them in this room, there are a whole group of investors right now buying residential property, because believe it or not, right now in residential property, you can probably pick up yields of about 12 and 13%.
We don't see so much distressed properties where there is a return like commercial and industrial that are occupied. That is fine. What you are seeing is people who would be willing purchasers not be able to get finance, and without getting finance you can't do the deals.
I mean, the reality is the problem of vacant land, and certainly land which is not very well positioned, as you put it, simply not achieving prices anywhere.
There are bargains. I mean, you can really pick up huge tracts of land, some of them with incomplete units on them, and you can pick them up cheap.
Everything is cyclical in my view, but I think it's going to still take between 6 months and possibly a year before the cycle turns.
Property fundamentals are very strong in South Africa, and you have this enormous potential demand, and you've got enormous future growth.
And so I think we're going to see a lot more properties coming onto the market, and funnily enough, actually the better type of properties, because often in a liquidated environment you do see those sort of peripheral properties that people don't really need. But here you'll see an environment where the tenant may well land up in the business that survives, but the property hits the market, and I think therein lies a great opportunity.